Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the YouTube channel, The Big Black American Secret. And I'm going to tell you, I just watched a video, about a 20-minute video, that absolutely made my head hurt. And at first, I couldn't quite figure out why my head was starting to hurt, but then I kept listening. And what this fella does when he talks, he sounds reasonable because he seems impartial. Like, you need to weigh all the facts, look at both sides, and that's the reasonable thing to do. I mean, that's you can only be a critical thinker if you have all the facts. So it draws you in. But it also kind of reminds me of somebody else. Yeah, a young lady named Candace Owens. She too gets into reasonableness, but then she goes off on a tangent, and what she says starts to hurt your damn head too. So I think I found the male version of Candace Owens, and I'm gonna turn this around and so you can get a good look at him. And I'm also gonna put his video, this 20-minute video that hurt my damn head, in the description so that it can hurt your head too. Just thought I'd pass that on to you. Now, this fella's name is his video channel. His name is Officer Tatum, but his channel is The Officer Tatum. And this particular video is Ahmaud Arbery's case is out of control. Okay. Now again, I'm gonna put that in the description so you can watch it and suffer the way I suffered. Okay. Now he said quite a few things in the video that disturbed me, and I'm gonna run them down to you and kind of explain to you why I feel the way I feel about it. Okay. One of the first things he mentioned was he had to do this video because people were getting into hatred and division. Well, newsflash, this country was built on racist hatred and division. Okay? That is not a new subject. You get a white person killing a black person, it's racial. Period. You could paint that all any other kind of way you think. When that happens, it's races involved. Period. Okay? That has to be sorted out. Okay? The second thing he mentioned was laws and facts. And that sounds very reasonable. Yeah, let's see what the law says about this and what are the facts. But you also have to remember, the fact is the laws are not for the protection of black people. They're to subjugate us. White people laws puts us in jail, and it frees them. Period. It's not even. I mean, it's not equal. It never have been. It was not designed that way. So black people need to wake up and realize this system, this criminal injustice system, exactly what it is. It's a criminal enterprise, and it's an injustice system, and it only works well for them. Okay? Now, he mentioned that if this incident had to happen, if this murder had to happen in California, it wouldn't even made the news. Perhaps these people would just been locked up for murder. And granted, he probably right, because this is what he says, because California does not have stand your ground laws or vigilante rules or vigilante laws. So that's reasonable. But here's the problem. Back during slavery time and after slavery time, during Reconstruction and Jim Crow South, black people were being lynched in California, Illinois, Oklahoma, Wisconsin, all 50 states. You understand what I'm saying? So, come on with that bullshit. Come on with that bullshit. What this man seemed to fail to understand is, we would not be hearing about this case today, 2020, if the B1 family, Black First family, had not put the pressure on, and because it became mainstream news because of black people, they had to get back on it. They was finna brush this under the rug like it was back in the damn Jim Crow South time. He don't seem to understand that. Okay? Now, and he said that we need to trust the words of the police and of the murderers because they told the story to the police when the police questioned them. How do you take the word of murderers? Murderers ain't gonna tell the truth once they done kill somebody. They're gonna tell a story that puts them in the best light. You know what I'm saying? Now, he's an officer. That's almost common sense, but him being an officer is a tad bit of inkling of understanding of why he thinks the way he thinks. He has been indoctrinated. You know what I'm saying? 90%, and the number probably closer to 99% of black officers, and I do not mean to offend any black officers, because I mean this shit from my heart, and I'll stand on this shit with my life. Most police officers that are black are conditioned to hate black people and to shoot them without even thinking. I don't make this shit up. Some of my family is law enforcement and military. You're taught to hate your own people and to shoot, to kill when you see them. That damn target practice thing that you shoot at for many, many years, if it ain't changed yet. Now, I don't know if it has changed for everybody. It's a white background with a black figure. That's what you do your target practice at. That's subliminal training, whether you know it or not. You could paint the inside of that thing any color. Long as it's a dark color, you will automatically be triggered when you see dark people. Psychological, man. It ain't your fault. You joined the service to serve and protect, and I believe because you love and you love people. But when you go through the training, you become disconnected from your own people. And the boys club you in, they don't allow you to protect your own. You'll get a bullet on your back if you do, and you know this. I ain't speaking to stupid people. You understand what I'm saying? So, that being said, I'm going to continue down this list. And I guess that only came up because this fool is an officer, or was an officer. Okay? So, he trusts the words of murderers. That's on the police report. Okay. All right. So, and like I was saying, him like Candace Owens are the kind of black people that white people pay to put in front of you, to confuse you, to make you think something wrong with you. What this fella don't quite understand is we are at war, and we have always been at war. Since 1492, since Christopher Columbus started enslaving the Caribbeans, the people in the Caribbean islands. Your brothers and sisters, Americans. You understand what I'm saying? So, you have to know that. And like I was saying, him and Candace Owens, they're the type of black people who, for whatever reason, they fail to see the obvious racism that they actually live in every day. And the reason this mindset exists for them is because they're individually minded. They thinking only of themselves and not of their people. And they care a whole lot about massa. They enjoy their closeness to whiteness. You understand what I'm saying? And that's a sick mindset. We have to get out of that. This guy is so far off code. If there was ever to be an uprising, a revolution, and black people just got so fed up and said, fuck it, it's over. We just finna fight back to our death. Him and people like him will be the first people you'd have to put a bullet into. Because people like him would hound you quicker, harder, and worse than the white people would. Because they're the white supremacist dogs. They're like bloodhounds, you know? And white supremacists could use them, because you have a black face, to infiltrate organizations. It's very scary. People like him need to get on code and get on code quick. And the code is, we do not help white people build their cases. They don't need your help. And it's as simple as this. Stand down. Stand the fuck down. It ain't your cause. You are black. You should only be concerned about black issues. Okay? Quit trying to wrap yourself in reasonableness because it's bullshit. Now, and also, this guy, he blamed Arbery for being murdered, saying he should have stopped when these guys with guns pull up in the vehicles. And he also said that Ahmaud Arbery should not have been in that neighborhood stealing. He should have been at work. And I haven't seen or heard any report proving Arbery stole anything from anybody. These white people may have suspected him of stealing because he's black and he's in their neighborhood. That's what racists do. They don't trust you, Officer Tatum, and they don't trust me. But you thinking, oh, well, no, we all the same, white people, black people, we just have to trust the laws because everything is equal. Boy, you a delusional fool. And I wish I could just spend 20 minutes with you personally in physical contact, physical, so you can see me and look me in my eyes. Because I love you enough to want to help you. You are at war. And in war, you act accordingly. You are a danger to your race. Please understand what I'm saying. Stand down. Shut the fuck up. Stop working for massa. If you're confused about anything, if something seems weird, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say that, that's what the fuck you should do. You shouldn't say it. Don't make a video about it or nothing. Just shut the fuck up. Because we on the battlefield and you weak. And you're going to cause casualties. Okay? Now, again, that video caused me a damn headache. And like I said, I'm going to put it in the thing so it can hurt your head too. And please, black people, please, don't be like this black man. Don't be like Candace Owens. Don't be like him. Please, watch. There's going to be another video in the description below. And it's called The Crest Theory of Color Confrontation and Racism, White Supremacy. I'm going to tell you, before I saw that video, I was clueless. 100% clueless what racism was. I always thought I might have knew what it was about, white people don't like black people. But no, it's much deeper than that. Until a good percentage of black people understand the system of racism, white supremacy, we're going to be confused. When you see black men walking down the street that's as old as me, damn near 100 years old, well, half 100, I'm 50-something, with their pants is sagging down, and you wonder, what the fuck is that? I was confused by that too, until Dr. Frances Cress Welsing broke it down on that video. She has a good book too called The ISIS Papers. Please go buy it. But watch the video first. It's only an hour and 23 minutes long. It's a very quick education. It's free. And I promise you, it will open your mind up to the truth. We all need to see that video. And then we all need to start unraveling the damage that racism, white supremacy has done to us and continue to do to our children. Okay? So, again, I'm going to end this video, but I just want you all to know we are at war, and when you're in war, you have to move accordingly. If you're weak on any level, you need to stand down. Let those who can fight, fight. Get out of our way. Do not defend the enemy. That is not your place. When you do so, you're putting other people in harm's way. Please understand that. I share these videos, I make these videos because I love you, and I would give my life for each and every one of you. Believe that. And also, too, on this note, I believe every black man should own a gun, or as many guns as he can afford. Teach his family gun safety and how to shoot guns. Because again, it's only your natural right to protect yourself. I was watching a video the other day and a guy said, one of the founding fathers, I think, Benjamin Franklin or somebody said that, and this was when they was going through their thing with England. Of course, when England in America was over the colonies, England owned their portion of the United States, the colonies, and the people who were here, the colonists, were subjects to the crown. They were ruled by the crown. And he says, the minute you arm yourselves, You stop being a subject and you become a citizen. You understand what I'm saying? So arm yourself and become a citizen. The reason cops kill us in the masses on the daily basis is because they believe we're subject to them. Get your gun, level the playing field, and show these fools you a citizen. They work for you. How you look your employee killing you? Killing your wife and your kids. Your employees. Put them fools back in their place. What I don't want to see anymore again is black men videotaping cops brutalizing people in their community. Put the goddamn camera down. Jump them cops, handcuff them cops, and make a citizen's arrest. Because at that point, them cops are acting outside of the law. There are more of us than there is of them. I'm not inciting violence. What I'm saying is we have to protect ourselves, protect our community, protect our women and our children. We are in our rights. When we see a police officer acting outside his responsibility and duty, to check that police officer. With lethal force if need be. Because that's the law. That is the law. But they want you to think that you're wrong if you go up against a cop. No, you are not wrong. His badge does not overturn your citizenship. It's just the opposite. He's a policy officer. His duty, his sworn duty, is to protect property. His job ain't even to protect you. So when they attack you, sovereign citizen, and you are by far the only real citizen on this continent, you are the only true American, as stated in the 1828 definition of American. You are the only true American. You're a copper-colored aboriginal. Look it up. 1828 definition of American. Find a penny that is close to the color of the back of your hand and look that definition up. 1828 definition of American. You are the only true American. Those Eskimo Asian Indians that they put in your history books, those foreigners came across the Bering Straits about 12,000 years ago. So says the paleontologists, people who dig up bones. Okay? So this channel is about the truth. This channel is about giving it to you 100% factually straight. And the big black American secret is you are the only true American. You are an Aboriginal American, an Indigenous American, an American Indian. Everybody else are foreigners to this land. We've been here since creation. You understand what I'm saying? We are not Africans. The transatlantic slave trade was not only told to you in reverse. The transatlantic slave trade was the international indigenous slave trade. Look that up. International indigenous slave trade. We've been lied to, people. And it's our job to bring justice to this continent and then to the world. So, anybody who would like to learn about your Indian past from me directly, I teach a 4-week course. We meet 1 hour per week for those 4 weeks. When you're done with the class, I give you a certification. You get a piece of paper that says that you are certified to teach this to other people. And I believe it has to be taught because we have layers of racism clouding our mind that has to be stripped away. Has to be done. Me just telling you this means nothing. I have to show it to you. You have to digest it. And that could take some time. It did for me. It was not instant. Because you go through phases. If you realize your identity ain't who you thought you was and you losing your identity, you're going to go through five stages of grief. You know? And that's a fact. Everybody who goes through anything that comes against your identity or the death of a loved one, you're going to grieve. And there's 5 to 7 stages, but let's just say 5, you know? And to have somebody who can hold your hand and walk you down that path, I'd be honored to do that for you. So leave me a comment, you know, and also subscribe to this channel, hit the bell, the notification bell, and give us all the thumbs up you can. because we need to get the word out. And when you're in a war, you need your soldiers. You need as many soldiers as you can on your side. You know what I'm saying? And I believe it ain't a. Look here, I'm a peaceful person. I really am, and I believe most people are. But when you mistreating me and my family, and you are, as I am, black first. We all different shades of brown, from very light skinned and almost white to very black, mahogany, blue black. But we're all varying shades of brown. But we racism is a team sport. We on team black by default. White people cause this, and therefore we are on the opposite team of white, which is black. So we black first. Be one. Okay? But there are very few people. Well, there is not a race of black people. You feel what I'm saying? That's not a race. There's no race of white people. That's just a close description of the skin color. We're all varying degrees of brown. Even our melanated brothers and sisters in Africa. You understand? The darker your skin tone means you came from a hotter region. That's it. In the Americas, the American Indians or Aboriginal Americans who were, let's say, in the northern part of America, you know, let's say up by Canada, New York, Chicago, Illinois, are going to probably be a little lighter than the Indians they found in Peru, Mexico. You see what I'm saying? Because that region catches the same amount of heat as the majority parts of Africa. Okay? So you're in the right place to learn all you need to learn. And I did get off on a little tangent that I wanted to talk to you about this guy here, Officer Tatum's video he made, and see, and just kind of lay that on you for a little bit. So I'm gonna end this video right now. Thank you for listening. Thanks for sharing, and again, do subscribe. Peace out.